the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 42 yards. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
19. Check 1-3. Shoot! Jack! Watch twist. Under 10.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Being chased out left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case,
he's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 39. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years, our team seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe
and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure?
Well, the pressure gets to him again. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
And now we'll hook up downfield on second down. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 75 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And his kick is right through. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Now a play fake here on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's first and 10. Now Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Now Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because bring in your tight end, keep him.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, 34 yards. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more?
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Complete to Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it with Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Kevin King with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Running right, Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
36. Rush in. Rush in. Hey, alert 3. Watch the safety. Go over here. Kill.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit. Box it.
Rodgers now to throw. And that's complete to Adams. A very solid gain of 27. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 1 back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. Jones hit, and the ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partner, is that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the two-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
They run again with Carson. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
Alert.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Check 3. 14, got it.
On 1st down, Carson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Rashad Penny. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4.
Go. Watch the twins. Hey, 25 for Mike.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes in.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Now Wilson on 1st down. And this is caught by C.J. Prosise. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Block that. 49, check 49. Jim.
To throw is Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 53 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 8 yards, 2nd and 2. They'll go again to Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Jones. This defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, partner, Marvin, our number 1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Hey, 626.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. They'll try and run. This is Williams. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On 2nd down, it's Williams. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming on going. Check that.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do? And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Wilson to throw. He hits his running back, Procise. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up. At 25 on. We go 25 to Mike. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. SOS.
Here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
57 to Mike. Coming to you.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
319. 26. Watch a slide. 5.
Rodgers throwing here. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Go.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Check 43. Hey, alert.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. One last shot for Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And say what you want about CenturyLink Field up in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.